All right, guys, welcome back to Corvette Weekly. I'm here in Florida. As usual, I'm Justin with Horsepower Obsessed. This is Steve. Yep, Steve with Protective Dad Pranks, and Jason with Front Seat Driver. Together, we form Vette Syndicate. And every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we bring you the Corvette news, and we call it Corvette Weekly. It's going to be news, happenings, maintenance, experience tips, just basically everything that you could possibly think of with Corvettes. That's what you're going to get with this particular show. And it's going to happen weekly, hence the weekly part of the name. So, anyway, guys, welcome. I'm in Florida, so I heard you guys talking earlier about a 70-degree day, and yeah, that's exactly what we had here today. So I got out of the snowy grossness of Pennsylvania and got into a much nicer state as far as weather is concerned. So yeah, we have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about tonight. There's been some happenings with the new C8 Corvette ZR1, and we're going to talk about all of it because the C8 ZR1, I know a lot of you guys out there are really kind of excited for this thing, and obviously I am too, so we're going to talk all about it. But before we do, let's discuss a little bit of the stuff that I'm seeing over in the chat section here. So what's up, everybody? Look who it is. It's Miss HPO. It's the first time she's been into Florida Townhouse since we've owned it. How about that? Let's see. Whip Reynolds is in the house. Ever Jeff. LT4 Powered. John Perkins. What's up, John? Kevin Horan. Elijah. Oh, man, I could go through. Matt Hurley. Doug. What's up, guys? Matt Hurley says, welcome back to Florida, Justin. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Matt. It is always a good time to be back here, especially whenever I'm flying out of PA. What did we leave? It was like, I was wearing shorts when I got on the plane, of course, and I looked like an idiot because I think it was 20 degrees when we left. So I'm in shorts, but I knew what it was going to be like when we landed here, and that's all that matters to me.
It's got to be warm here. It's like to this weekend. We're in the 70s all the rest of the week.
Yeah, that's about what actually, it's about the same here in Florida. 70s, no rain, sun, 70s, 72-ish. And then on Friday, I think it was going to be 80 here. But very, very nice. So anyway, what do we got here? How many people we got in here?
I don't know, but I think if we get some nice weather, Steve, if we have time, we need to go film something with a convertible.
Hey, sure do.
Speaking of which, we have an event Saturday at Corvette Warehouse, another Corvette takeover from 10 to 1 p.m. at Corvette Warehouse in Dallas, and we're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs and all that good stuff. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, guys, so when is that? Is that this Saturday?
This Saturday, 10 to 1.
This Saturday, 10 to 1, guys. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you should definitely check out the Vette Syndicate car show. I will not be there this time, but depending on how big this thing gets, and from what I'm hearing, it's going to end up being a pretty big show.
I can guarantee you, based on the sign-up.
That's exactly why I chose my wording wisely, Jason. That's exactly because I was going to say, from what I understand, it's going to get pretty big, and I was like, no, I'm going to say the show's going to get pretty big.
Yeah. as Amber's behind you.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going there. Oh, and if you haven't checked out, we kind of Vette Syndicate went kind of Instagram famous the last 24 hours. If you don't know,
yeah, they did.
We shot a video at Corvette Warehouse, posted it. It is at almost 12 million views. We got 10 million views in the last 10 hours. So it's pretty cool. Check it out. It's on our page, and it's blowing up. It's been crazy. Been crazy.
I'm going to see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, here it is.
There was only like 87,000 comments. So
here it is. If I go over to the Instagram web browser here, you can see that third video in. It's at 11.4 million views.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, personally, I say if a video hits 1 million, it's viral.
That's
so
huge.
If it hits 11, I would say 1 million's viral. 11 million or 10 million would be
ultra viral.
Ultra viral. Yeah. I don't even know. I guess at some point it goes to something different, but I don't know what it is.
It spread like COVID, man.
Yeah, but this one was real. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And good.
Why am I getting comments on this?
Let's see.
Oh.
I don't look blurry on my screen, but
I've been drinking, so everything looks blurry.
Yeah, you don't ever drink, so I
don't even drink. Cayenne water, man. That's me and coffee, and that's it.
You look clear. You look clear to me. So.
I don't know. Looks all right on mine. But anyway, so looks like we got 127 people in here, guys. We should have 127 thumbs ups. Let's smash those thumbs ups. Let's get this thing going quickly because we got some cool giveaways to do tonight. And notice I say giveaways because we're going to end the one we started last week, and we're going to start into something pretty different again towards the end of this episode. So if you guys remember, last week we ended with we needed $145 more donations in order to give away this product. This is the carbon fiber waterfall, of course, from Extreme Online Store. So if you guys are interested in that for your C8 Corvette, it will literally cover up the entire Corvette waterfall in the center with a carbon fiber exterior. So it's real carbon. It's not plastic. It is legit. And those things are worth about $600. You could potentially win it for a donation of $10. The more you donate, the more chances you have of winning. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, this is what it looks like. It's going to be, like I said, full carbon fiber cover, so real carbon fiber, and it is a really, really good match for the carbon that's on your center console if you chose to get the level 2 carbon fiber package. If you did, it will match pretty closely, so keep that in mind.
Awesome.
Yeah, so DBM Racing says, hey, PDP, lots of content filmed today, big stuff. I know some of the stuff he's talking about, and trust me, it is big. It is really big because
that's what he said. He's gonna be.
I walked myself into it.
You have to think every time he says a word. Do I use the word big?
Well, at least you're not saying it's really small. It's really small.
Exactly.
We don't do small things here, okay? Yeah. When it comes to Vette Syndicate, we go big or we go home.
That's right.
Definitely.
All right, Tyler said it's all clear on his end. So, Steven Risha, what's up, man?
Steven.
I got to talk to him a little bit at the International Auto Show. Every time I talk to you, Steven, it's like I don't have enough time to talk. Like, I could have talked to you for hours. We were just, of course, talking Corvette stuff, and it was like I felt like I didn't have enough time, even though we talked for a good bit of time. But either way, that just means we need to hang out more often, Steven.
He needs to come to Texas.
Yeah, we all need to get down to Texas for one of these shows. To be honest with you, these things are getting big.
Really big.
Really big.
My girl.
Okay. I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to make that mute button for you too, Jason. It's not.
I know. I was gonna say I've created something that's taking us in a wrong direction tonight.
Yep. You're welcome, man. I got your back. Your secret's safe with me. I know a lot of stuff you were telling me is kind of a YouTube secret at this point. So, Steven Richard says he's down for both. So,
sweet.
We can make both happen.
I didn't think about that. We actually should do that. We should try to figure out an event, figure out hotels, get people. It's not Dallas Fort Worth is a hub. Have an event. We'll meet up on a Friday night, have dinner with whoever shows up, and go to a show.
Yep.
Boom. Weekend with Vette Syndicate. Bam.
Yep. It's not a bad idea at all.
You know what else sounds pretty cool is Corvettes at Carlisle in August too. That's a good meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said you were going this year, right, Steven? To Corvettes at Carlisle? Vet Father says Amber needs her own channel.
You don't want my own channel. It would be good.
I agree. You don't want that.
Although I did drive the C6 today.
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
And she did install it.
Wow, well done.
C6.
You know, the thing that I hate, because I hate trying to get used to it again, is you have to let the clutch out a little bit and then press the gas. Like on mine, it's just, whoop, you know.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I know what you're talking about, because there's something about driving the C6, the manual in the C6. It is 100% different than the C7. Yep. And I have not been able to put my finger on what it is.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, normally I just kind of release the clutch and press the gas at the same time. But with that one, I have to let off the clutch about maybe a half inch or an inch and then press the gas and they connect together. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it's weird.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's revving too high and it's just not clicking.
What's this say? Matt Hurley, Justin trying to reel it back in is always the funniest. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. There's a lot of reeling with these two, and usually Jason's the safer of the two.
Yeah, generally.
I think you're spending too much time with Steve.
Yeah, it's starting to rub off. No
doing too
pun-
much
pun
filming.
intended. It rubbed
Jesus
off.
God, where's that mute button?
Steve, you have a week or two to make.
Justin
make
can't
up
get a
since
break
that
tonight.
cruise.
Hey, I was off last week, so this week I
That's
got
what
double.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's all wound up.
Hey, I
Yeah.
will not do political. I'll just do everything else. There you
Yeah.
go.
All right, so Stephen Risha says he is in for Carlisle. That's awesome. Make sure you come by and check us out. I'll be in the Midway, of course. Hopefully these two will be with me and we can have the whole Vette Syndicate crew together. But worst case scenario, if they can't make it for whatever reason, I'll definitely be there either way.
They can even fly up together.
Yeah, you guys can actually save a seat and just get one and sit on,
Yeah.
sit on the lap.
Yeah.
We considered it.
We considered it, of course you did.
You guys can even get your same room the way you're talking tonight. Don't even have to, get your own room.
I want to have to get a mute button for her.
That
too.
would be another YouTube channel.
We got to fit Shane in there this time too. We got to make it
A
tight.
threesome.
Steve Robertson says, I received my 500,000 reward points last week. My 6 months was up at the end of January. I should be getting mine here really soon. I'm thinking probably the end of February or beginning of March is when I should have mine, but that's pretty cool.
Almost 7 months.
DBM, what did you say about a tire going through a Z06 windshield? Did that really happen? And if it did, I hope you got that on video because that's YouTube gold. Like, Lou, my brand new Z06 is destroyed. Yeah, rent a Vette from Turo for a Vette Syndicate show in Texas.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a poll. Justin and I have an opportunity to rent a Lambo Urus down here, and you guys know how bad I want one.
Yeah. They're freaking phenomenal.
$1,000 a day.
What?
Do it. Do it.
$1,000 a day.
Hey, that's
you
too bad.
only live
in
once.
Vegas and
Do it.
I rented a
Okay.
McLaren for 4 hours for $500. So
Of course, it's not my money. Do it.
I was just gonna say, Steve, if you want to donate some money here, we'll do it 3 times. How about that? We'll do it for 3 days if you want to donate the 1,000.
just keep it the whole time you're there. It's good. Justin will cover it.
We have an option for an orange one or a black one.
Man,
Orange would film better.
I would do the orange.
I like
Justin
black.
just has to pull
but-
the trigger.
Justin will do it.
Matt Hurley says do it.
Yeah.
I want one so bad.
That's a lot of money for renting a car.
It is. But it's worth it, man.
Maybe they'll give you a discount if you do a video on it.
There's
will
no
promote
discount
you.
to be had on this one.
Tell
Yeah.
them you're a really big YouTuber, and I bet they'll let you.
I'm like the biggest.
Yeah.
If you need a car to run, let me know. Who said that? Go up.
Oh, yeah, who said that?
Go up.
That's what
Oh,
she
it's
said.
not that father.
YNB says get the Urus. It's awesome. Yup, only
it
live
is.
once. See, I see a lot of these guys. They're saying, "Yeah, do it. Oh my God, go ahead and do it." I need the money to do it.
Matt
Mhm.
Hurley.
It's not about whether or not I should do it. It's about whether I have the money.
You're in
Yeah,
Miami,
wanting
it's orange.
and being able to
Yeah.
financially responsibly do it are different.
Right. Yeah.
Because
I
if
think
that's
we
the case,
should
I'm
do
gonna
it,
go rent
but that's a
a
lot of
freaking,
money. I agree, Nikki. We should just do it.
Bugatti.
Just do it.
There's a lot of blind leading the blind here. This was a horrible question.
Just walk in and say, I'll give you $800 to do it. You never know. What are they going to do?
Get you $50.
Yeah, right. You guys negotiate.
$50 is probably just a gallon of gas.
$50 will get you about 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You can take it around
Go
the
drive it
block.
for 3 minutes.
He's in a parking lot.
Take it around the parking lot.
Be doing donuts.
Yeah, what the heck? I'm assuming you're racing. That's not a race you would normally lose. So unless that Challenger was seriously modified and you were stock, there's no way. I know I raced a Challenger Hellcat Red Eye it was mostly stock minus stickier tires, and in my ZR1 that was completely stock, and it wasn't even close. I destroyed that thing. So you had to have been racing something that was modified. LT4 Power says, were you on 4 cylinders at the time? Yeah.
Dude, Matt is bringing it now.
Yeah.
Why?
Matt, I'm gonna have to start reeling you in now, man.
He said 3 minutes isn't enough.
No,
Is enough for most
is
guys.
more than enough for most guys.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez.
All right, so we got $50 donation from Stephen Risha tonight so far.
Steve goes right back to the gutter.
Yep, right there. I can make anything sound like that.
You know what's funny is Gen X Vet, $50 for more than 3 minutes. Hey, out by Corvette Warehouse, $50 will probably definitely get you more than 3.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I'm surprised that hasn't come up until now. To be honest,
he's not even joking.
No,
like,
man.
I know.
There's YouTube videos of what goes on because Dallas changed the ordinance.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, they look like they left the dancing club and went on the street. It's crazy.
Dude.
I'm like, I got my son. I'm like, just drive. Daddy's got to look. I mean,
Daddy's got to look.
Dude, the other day we were coming back. I think we went to Taco Bell. We're coming back, and this chick's got like this little skirt on, and I keep saying pink. I kept saying pink the other day too. Her freaking neon green panties were like down further than where her skirt ended, man. And she's just walking the street. This other girl's got
this whole life has taken a complete turn from Corvette.
Let me ask you guys something seriously.
Are we dropping viewers or are we gaining viewers?
I'm going to ask you something seriously. Like, do you honestly want my channel to get demonetized?
Harry Hines, they're nailing it. Harry Hines.
We're talking about riding into Eurus for 3 minutes. How bad can it really be?
Go back to
Gen X Vet. He's coming this weekend, right?
Who?
Gen X Vet. He's coming this weekend, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess.
I'm pretty sure.
He had a big truck run over his vet, literally.
Oh yeah, okay.
$10,500 in damage.
Who was this? Was that DBM?
Gen X Vet.
Oh. So KP, just to clarify earlier, KP was saying that he raced a Charger Hellcat and lost in his ZR1, and I should have known by the way he typed out ZR1 that he was talking about a C4 because he put ZR-1, and like the newer ZR1s kind of dropped the dash. But I should have known that was the case. But that's why. So I know in my ZR1, I had absolutely no problems beating a Challenger Hellcat Red Eye, which is supposed to be upwards of 800 horsepower with stickier tires. It was still no competition. So
on that airstrip,
on the Mexico airstrip, let's see what's going on here. So where are we at with thumbs ups?
Speaking of, where's Shane?
Mine's not updating.
I think mine says 83, guys. If you could, guys, please press that thumbs up button. Let us know you're liking the content so we can keep doing this kind of stuff. Look at all those thumbs on the screens. That should be telling you something. We need some more of those things. LT4 Powered says the hyphen in the ZR1 removes like 400 horsepower.
Yes.
Did Shane bolt? What do you say?
He
had to take off work calls.
Saw that.
Some of us have to work for a living, I guess.
At least he didn't say
Mark says we need to get back on track.
We do. All right, so let's jump into, like I said, the giveaway, guys, for today. We need to hit $145 more, which Stephen Risha just took care of 50. So we need $95 more to give this product away.
Hey, wait, how much, Stephen? What?
Stephen Risha gave 50.
Stephen Risha?
Yep.
How many is that? How many? 30 entries? Or no, 20.
That's double entries, so
20.
Matt Hurley says it says 83 thumbs ups. Where is Shane? Yeah, he just had to book for work.
To go to work,
Matt. So if you guys could please hit the thumbs up button, it really helps the channel. Looks like we're at 93 now, so let's keep that going. We love to hit 100 by 8, and then of course 200 by 830 would be ideal. But we're going to also talk a little bit about some C8 Corvette ZR1 information, and if you guys haven't heard of that yet, it has been confirmed, 100% confirmed because of EXVIN cars, that the ZR1 will in fact be a 2025 model year. So I'm sure some of you out there have heard a certain other YouTuber talking about how we were all nuts and that this car was never going to be a 2025. Big surprise, here it is. It's a 2025. So John over at the C8 Corvette mid-engine Corvette forum.com is the first one to report on this, and he's talking about that the very first EX-VIN ZR1 has been completed. So any of you guys who guessed that the Bowling Green plant was shut down for tours because of the ZR1, it's looking like that was in fact the case. So they actually built one of these cars already. The first EX-VIN's already out, which means this car is definitely going to be a 2025. So
here's a question for Justin.
Yep.
You were talking about it going the C8 platform going to 2030.
Yeah.
What do you think now with the 2025 release?
I still think we're looking at 2029 to 2020 to 2030. I still think we're looking at the same because the ZR1 it was never meant to be a 1-year run. So even in the C7 generation, it was never supposed to only be a 1-year run. If you look at it, the C7 ran from 14 to 19. It's only 5 years. Previously, the C6 ran a lot longer than that, and because of that, the C6 ZR1 had a couple years of manufacturing versus just one. The C4 had more than 1 year of manufacturing for the ZR1. This C8 will likely have at least 3 years of manufacturing, maybe 4, and it's going to take it to at least 2029, at which point we're going to also see the introduction of a Zora model, probably around 2027, 2028.
Yeah.
And that's going to wrap up. That may end up being only a 1-year run car, so maybe we'll see that in 2028, 2029. But I still think we're looking at least 4 more or 5 more years of the C8, maybe 6. Only, like I said before, I only think this because GM put a ridiculous amount of money into the platform of this car. They wanted to change the of course the mid-engine architecture, all that stuff. There was a lot of money involved in swapping everything over. So to have this thing only run for a couple years and then immediately jump into something that could potentially be more money before they've really recouped all of their money from changing everything over, it doesn't make sense. I don't think we'll see much to do with a C9 until at least 2029. It might even go a little further because I mean, typical Chevy style, they like to push this stuff right around 9 to 10 years from what I've seen in the past, and the C7 is one of the only real big exceptions to that rule because it really only ran for 5 years.
That's crazy.
Let's see. Yeah, so Vette Father says the thing that scares me about the ZR1 is that it could be the end of the C8 internal combustion engine Corvettes. It really could be, and honestly, the C8 Z06 kind of already demonstrates something like that. It is likely the end of the internal combustion, not naturally aspirated engines. So that will likely be the last internal combustion naturally aspirated engine we get, unless we do get a Grand Sport, which is still kind of up in the air as to whether or not we're going to get one of those for the C8 generation. But it would be likely to happen just to kind of fill in the blank space between the ZR1 coming out in 25 and the Zora maybe not coming until 29. In the meantime, we're also going to maybe get a Grand Sport in between there, which would make sense. But at the same time, we've talked about this before, it kind of starts to water down the performance aspects of the C8 Corvette lineup completely, because now you just got all of these models that don't, if you're just coming into Corvette for the first time, you have no idea why there's so many different models of the C8 Corvette. Let's see. We are at 107 thumbs ups, guys. Please smash that thumbs ups if you could. Gen X Vet says, how will the drop in EV market affect the E-Ray or future electric? I honestly, I think the drop in EV market in general, I think is going to really start pushing manufacturers away from electric. I already have seen Mary Barra talking about, kind of moving away from electric and trying to get more so into hydrogen. And that, as a car guy, I'm okay with that kind of shift. I think that makes sense. The fully electric thing never really made a lot of sense to me as a car guy to begin with.
Nope.
But even the hybrid thing. I mean, I get performance hybrids. I get that there is some performance to be had there, but it still just doesn't make sense. It feels forced, and that's the big
It
thing.
is forced.
Exactly, and it feels like it is. So it doesn't matter even if it is or if it isn't. It feels that way. Therefore,
Mhm.
you're going to have a lot of people immediately pushing back, saying, "I don't want to do this,"
Yep.
and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, because they weren't giving anybody an option. They just said, this is the way we're going to go, deal with it.
Right.
And everybody's like, no.
Yeah, and the people that were, part of the thing that happened in Chicago over the winter time, like those are the people that were believers in EV. They're not anymore.
Yeah.
Like they see what happens whenever cold affects the charging performance, etc. They realize these vehicles aren't reliable. They can't rely on these cars year round without having to worry about it. Whereas like you park a 1984 Chevy Cavalier outside and it's 20 degrees, you're going to go out there. That car's going to start. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a Chevy or not at that point. It's like the gas powered cars, they're just more reliable across the board, whether it's hot, cold, whatever outside.
I can't wait to see what happens to Dodge when everybody goes away from electric and they're over there going, hey, wait, where's they got electric? And everybody's like, dude, don't care. And they've got all of this facilities and vehicles and
yeah. See, Stephen Risha says Mustang has 4 or 5 variations and does fine with them.
That's Ford.
That is true, but my problem is with that is, and Jason kind of said it already, is that is it's different, and I don't really know how it's different, but it is, because Corvette is less for man, I'm trying to think how to word this. You can't jump into a Corvette the same way you can a Mustang, for not even for the same price. So you can jump into a Mustang, a 4-cylinder EcoBoost, and you get into a pretty relatively new car for around 30 grand.
Yeah.
That right off the bat, that's not Corvette. You're not going to do that same kind of thing. The Corvettes are priced a lot higher. The performance demand is a lot higher. The performance expectation is a lot higher. So jumping into something, and then especially if it's your first time there, and just being like, what are all these models? What do they mean? I'm not even saying that it's necessarily completely a bad thing. I'm a guy who loves the idea of having options. So when you come in and you will say the Stingray just isn't enough power for you, but if it had like 40 more horsepower, it would be perfect. Maybe that's what the Grand Sport will be. So maybe that is perfect for you. But again, it's hard to say yes or no whenever you start weighing all of the options, because in the past with like the C7, we had a Stingray, we had a Grand Sport, we had a Z06, and we had a ZR1. That was pretty much it. I mean, you had a couple special editions sprinkled in there, but those were the 4 majors. Now all of a sudden we're going to have a Stingray, a Grand Sport, a Z06, a ZR1, a Zora, and that might not even be all the models we get. And if that's the case, now all of a sudden we're adding an additional model, and then maybe 2 more additional, maybe 3 more. I did forget the E-Ray, so that's 2 more.
E-Ray. Good one, Amber.
Yeah, that's what she's here for.
I'm his
That's
backup.
right.
She's
the
the backup.
Taking notes. Hey, you forgot one.
Yep. And then on the E-Ray note, NBA Live says that hybrids add too much weight. It actually added a little bit more than 300 pounds on the E-Ray. And initially, it was almost like GM was almost afraid to publicize that, because in the very beginning, they put out the weight of the E-Ray, and there's a live video of us talking about this. On paper, it showed that the E-Ray weighed 50 pounds more than a Z06. That's what GM was putting out. Now all of a sudden, to get a convertible E-Ray, you are over 4,000 pounds. And that is a heavy car for a performance Corvette. I mean, you're well into Camaro territory at that point, at that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Michael McCurry says, don't forget the SUV. If the SUV comes, now we're adding another model. And it's like, now we're up to 7 performance models in the Corvette lineup. And it's like, that is, to some degree, that is watering it down. So, but at the same time, it is offering options. So I'm kind of torn. I really am. I'm torn on whether this is a good thing or a bad thing.
But see, then that's when they could go ahead and make their own brand and branch off from, being in a GM dealership, because they have enough to be able to fill, a showroom. And
and that, again, that same thing, I'm still not sure if that's a great idea. It's
Yeah.
like, I can see on one hand, it's a good idea. And on the other hand, I'm like, maybe that makes this whole thing too expensive, too bougie, we'll say. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know, because it would definitely help with the service aspect. It would help with the sales aspect. But now if you're splitting everything up like that, now you're also talking about everything's going to get more expensive.
Yeah.
So is it worth it?
That's true. Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
you know it's going to get more expensive no matter what.
I was going to say nothing's going to get cheaper.
No.
It never goes that way.
Mm-mm.
I look like a little head sitting on
Yeah,
your shoulder.
that's what BP
Because
artist
we have
said.
we have the same color shirt on.
No, it's because you're sitting further back, so your head just looks smaller. But yeah, so if you guys are just tuning in, smash the thumbs up button first off. Looks like we have 180 people watching and we only have 120 thumbs up. So those numbers should match, should come close to matching. But if you're just tuning in, we were just talking about the fact that the new C8 Corvette ZR1 is in fact confirmed to be a 2025 model. So this being the fact that we're just getting into 2024, with this being confirmed as a 2025, it's almost guaranteed we're going to see a C8 ZR1 at Carlisle. Like every year we see, the one year me and Jason went, there was Z06s down over the hill. The next year, actually, we went again, there was E-Rays down over the hill. This year, there's very likely to be ZR1s down over the hill. So it's pretty cool. With that being confirmed because of the first EX VIN out of the Bowling Green plant, it also kind of confirms why the plant was closed. And it was not for the SUV. It was in fact for the ZR1, it looks like. So again, there's only really been one person talking about these cars not being in 2025. That person was wrong. Everybody else that I know Rick Conti was talking about it being a 25. I was talking about it being a 25. A couple other YouTubers that I know have talking about it being a 2025. That is in fact what it's going to be. So
what happened to that other guy?
Let's not go down.
Well, I just want to see them to put the E-Ray out. I mean, we're still waiting on that.
And you know what? It's funny you say that, because a lot of people have talked about that. The fact that I think it was actually in on the forum here, they were talking about the fact that, we're now talking about a ZR1 being a 2025. Everybody's anticipating it. Everybody's pumped for it. We haven't even seen an E-Ray yet. And it's like GM keeps advertising and keeps pushing out these new models when the previous model's not even it's not even fully cooked. Like whenever they did the same thing with the E-Ray, they started advertising and talking about the E-Ray, and the Z06 hadn't been delivered yet. Yeah. So I'm not sure what their game plan is with this, but it's like they're riding heavily on the hype, I guess, is the only thing I can think. But yeah, I mean, we're still probably, I would say no more than we really shouldn't be more than a month away from seeing the E-Rays at this point. I feel like we should be at least that close. I know some people who have had their build dates and stuff since the beginning of January.
Yeah.
That's over a month ago.
Hi, Judy.
What's up, Judy?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, the Dodge and the E-Daytona. I'll tell you what, I don't think anybody's going to be affected heavier or more negatively with this EV thing than Dodge. Because Dodge was like, they were up here with riding their hype and their success on the Hellcat engine. And then bam, the Hellcat engine's gone. Oh, but here's the electric version. Like, it's just a huge 180 where everybody's just going to be like, nah. Yeah. I don't want a car that has a speaker instead of an exhaust.
The Vet Father thinks I should get a Pro Charge C8.
All right, Vet Father, we're accepting donations.
Exactly.
Once we hit 120,000, I'll buy her the C8 and Pro Charge it.
I was thinking more of a Urus and Pro Charge it.
Yeah.
New Horizon says, I think the ZR1 will be a 2025 model since it's confirmed, but it's going to be a very short run. It won't be in full production until 26 simply because of the delays. You're talking about the exact same thing that happened with the Z06. The Z06 was supposed to net 15,000 units per year. The first year, 2023, we were at, I think it was either 2 or 4,000. No, it was 2,000. And GM was like, well, we can't end at 2,000, so let's extend the 2023 model year. And then even with the extension, we only hit 6,000. So absolutely. There is no C8 at this point. Stingray, E-Ray, Grand Sport, ZR1, Zora, or the next amphibian model that they release. It's not going to matter because they have issues with production. At some point, they're going to say, yeah, we're going to make 15,000 of those. Cut that number in half and then subtract a couple, and you're probably closer. So I think you're absolutely right with that New Horizon. It's going to be just like everything else. It's going to be very, very, very difficult to get one of these things. And if you do, even if you do get an allocation, it's still going to be just a fight to see the thing, because it's going to take forever.
Hey, D.
What's up, D? He says Bash would probably be the first large event to see the ZR1 publicly, but I do agree that it should be at Carlisle. I would be surprised, to be honest with you, if it's at the Bash. I don't know why. I'm not getting a feeling that it's going to be at the Bash.
Well, that's what they did last year with the E-Ray. Remember, the E-Ray was at
E-Ray.
Bash, and then at Carlisle.
Was it at the Bash?
Yeah, because remember, Shane went around looking at all the different colors, the cacti and the Seawolf Gray. Yeah, I'm 99% sure those were on E-Rays, not on base Stingrays.
Yeah, those were on E-Rays, yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the Z06 then? Was the Z06 at the Bash first?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was. Yeah, I think that was first at Carlisle.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't remember it being there.
See, the E-Ray has done things a lot differently than they did with the Z06, and it's because actually, I don't know why, but I'm going to insert my opinion here. I think it's because the E-Ray is not capturing the same excitement that the Z06 did. So just like the Stingray, the Z06 also did the tours around all the dealerships where you could go see the car physically. The E-Ray never did that. Nope. The Z06 didn't go to the Bash. It went straight to Carlisle. The E-Ray didn't do that. It's been trying to insert itself everywhere to like build hype for it.
Yeah, but the thing too though about the E-Rays, there was no point in seeing it at a dealership, because if you've seen a Z06, you've seen an E-Ray body wise. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there weren't driving them.
I guess that's probably true, but it's just one of those things where it's like it doesn't seem like anybody that I know is super, super excited. I mean,
the way they were with the Stingray, the way they were with,
right. And it's like, I'm not saying if you're getting an E-Ray, I'm not saying you shouldn't be excited for it, because you should be, but it just doesn't seem like it's building as much hype as the Z06.
Yeah, the general consensus isn't everybody freaking out about it.
Right. Yeah. But now with the ZR1, I'm seeing the same kind of hype behind that as I did with the Z06. Yeah. So I would be willing to bet that once the ZR1 is out officially, if they don't offer dealership tours, it's going to be something that's offered at a much larger scale than the E-Ray was.
Yeah.
I just don't dig the E-Ray painted accents. Like,
well, you don't have to get them like that.
Yeah, that's optional, but
you can have that painted however you want. And I mean, the thing is that physically, you can make the E-Ray look identical to the Z06. Mm-hmm. So it's not a looks thing for me, because I love the way the Z06 looks, and you can make the E-Ray look the same way. It's the power plant. It's just it's more of the same, in my opinion, and I don't love that. That's one of the biggest reasons why I've never been a Grand Sport fan, because it's just the same thing. There's nothing new. And the Z06 always offers this really cool new engine, and the Grand Sport's like, nah, just throw the Stingray engine in there. And it's like,
but
I hate that approach.
One of the huge things about the Grand Sport, at least in the C7 model, I watched so many videos about how it was like, between the Stingray and the Z06, it was like the perfect track car, because it kept you on the track, but it wasn't overpowered like Z06 was. So they're like, if you want a perfect track car, this is like, of the three, this is the best one. So it had its place, you know.
Oh yeah, again, I don't want to mince words here.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that these cars don't have their place. I'm just saying they just never, for me personally, they never made sense.
Yeah. Brian Greer threw in a $5
chat donation.
Yep.
So what are we at? We at $90 more before we can give it away? We want it to go to week 3.
We just got one from Matt.
Yeah.
Matt Hurley. He says, I need it.
Oh.
He donates $100.
Nice.
So he takes us over the hump here, so we are good to go for giving this item away tonight, and we will in.
I'm getting ready.
So are you guys gonna announce the other giveaway? 'Cause it's pretty
Yes.
cool.
We're getting there. Let me see. So Brian gives us $5. He says, Justin, I'm working on my C8 mod right now, and I just got some huge progress done with it. I want your opinion on how it looks right now.
We actually have some things to mail out to him.
Yeah, we do. All right, Brian, I'll check that out as soon as we're done with the live here. I'm assuming it's on the Discord.
Brian, email Justin your address too.
I already have it.
You have it?
Yep.
Okay.
Gen X says, at this point, the ZR1 emblem is on constraint. That's the thing is, just like I was saying with New Horizon, it's even when the car is available, it's not available. So I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with this, because the ZTK version of this ZR1 is going to have a gigantic amount of carbon fiber on it, and carbon fiber seems to be GM's Achilles heel. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
General's on.
General Lee, what's up, man? 201 people watching and only 137 thumbs ups. Guys, let's smash those thumbs ups. We would love to get to 200, and we got 200 people watching. If everybody in here just hits thumbs up, we got our 200. It would be awesome if you guys would do that. It really helps the channel. Like I said, please consider hitting that thumbs up and subscribe while you're at it, so you can watch these things every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, congrats, Lewis. He got his car. Lewis, LG Z06. Is that what I'm seeing?
No.
No? What is it? People are saying congrats.
AARPM, it is a waterfall, so carbon fiber waterfall cover for a C8 Corvette. It's this item right here. So that item altogether is about $600. You can possibly win it for a donation of $10. $50 is double entries. $100 is triple, and all of that. So if you want to get in on it, you're going to want to do it now, because I think we're about to give this thing away. So guys, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes for last minute donations. At 8:15, we're going to call the winner of this, and then we're going to get into a new giveaway that starts tonight. But we'll probably not get given away until next week, if I had to guess. Let's see. So I'm just watching for donations now, guys. If you get to that point, let me know. We got 150 thumbs ups. Got 209 people watching, so we definitely should have a little bit more than 150.
Hey, Kimberly.
Michael McCurry, it is just the big bottom piece. It is not the top part.
Yeah.
We're like I don't know if you were on last week when we were talking about this. We have to purchase this item. So in order for it to make any sense for us to do this, we have to make it a $600 when the item costs about $500 just to make a little bit of money on it.
Yeah, sadly.
Cool. Johnny Vincent says, received great news today. My Z06 goes into production next week. Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
Congrats. BPR. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure if you could do that or not, because we're not technically a charity. So
I feel like one.
Sometimes I do too. That's why I said technically.
Agreed.
So we got 1 more minute for last minute donations here, guys. If you guys want to get in on this giveaway, you got 1 more minute till we're drawing the winner. And yeah, in the meantime, guys, smash that thumbs up button. It's free, and it makes you feel good when you hit that thumbs up button. It really does. Gives you a little bit of a boost.
Gives you a big rush.
Hey, Steve, I got a question. It says automatic raffle. Do you want to activate blah, blah, whatever? Yes or no? There's no.
I guess no. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, see, it says automatic raffle.
But no.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Burns 1704 says, any of you guys getting the ZR1? I'm in for it, assuming 2 things. Number 1, I can afford it, which is not looking great. And number 2, if it's a flat plane crank. I'm really not sure I want to grab this car if it's not a flat plane crank. And as of right now, I don't think it's going to be. I've heard something that leads me to believe it's going to be a cross plane crank, but everything else I'm reading is saying flat plane crank. And if it's a flat plane crank, I'm gonna try my best. But if it's not, I don't think I'm even gonna try. Another donation from Brian. Thanks, man. It says, keep it up, Justin, and all of you guys. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Look at that. LT4 Powered says he hits the thumbs up and he received $1 million from a Nigerian prince.
Sweet.
Guys, what are you
Those
waiting
are
for?
always trustworthy. I mean,
They're very trustworthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound like great people.
they're pillars.
Burns says
Hey,
it's
my
going to
brother's
have
coming to
2
country too.
turbos.
We're taking everybody in here.
Yeah.
Burns 1704 says it's going to have 2 turbos. Yeah, it's going to be twin turbo setup. Yeah, Murphy's Law. GM builds Vettes and some guy steals a semi full of them. And actually, that was one other thing we wanted to talk about today was the stolen semi truck. This was actually kind of funny. Well, I mean, I put funny in quotes because it was stolen to get a ride home from prison. So this guy literally,
Wow.
I guess, just got released from prison. He steals the truck so he could get home. It's
So
like,
by home, he means
if you ever needed a bigger example of the fact that our systems are failing, this is it right here. Like the guy's just got out of prison and he immediately goes right back to stealing.
maybe when he said he wanted to go home, he meant back to prison.
Maybe
that's where
that
he
would be the only thing that
essentially
would
gonna
make
go.
any sense.
I bet that's where he's at right now.
I bet you he's
Yeah.
back in
Got
prison.
right back there.
He's like,
Back
well, he's
to
home.
Yeah.
Right back to home.
So obviously the thing that sucks here is that all of those C8 Corvettes, I don't know how they would treat these because
Were they
technically,
damaged? They weren't damaged. Though.
if you didn't touch them, they're not technically damaged, but at the same time, technically they were stolen.
So that's the same scenario we ran into
Yeah.
with the C8 Z06 at Corvette Warehouse.
Yep.
It was stolen.
So what happened?
Yeah, but that one was actually like stolen and driven.
There was,
Right.
but it was not
So is that the
damaged.
guy that
It
stole
wasn't
it?
insured, insurance claimed, or it's an interesting one.
Yeah, it is very interesting. But let's see. Steel semi truck hauling over $1 million of high end sports cars. How about that?
23 years old. That's terrible. That's so young.
And
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about him getting into any of the cars, so it looks like maybe the cars were okay. But let's see. We have any other entries? We do not. So who's going to be the lucky one that runs the?
That's me. I already started it, so. All right.
If you started it, Jason, you got to finish it.
I know. You got to be a completer.
All right, Jason.
Are you guys ready?
Whenever you're ready, hit that
hold it
button.
up, screen closer. There you go. It is.
Is it going?
It's going.
All right, there it is. Matt H.
Well, then
Matt
he
Hurley.
got his money's worth.
He said he needed
He said he needed it, so he got it.
wasn't wrong.
All right, Matt. I already have your address, so we'll get you sent over and get the new parts sent out to you. So you got a new one sitting there waiting for you.
Is that for his E-Ray?
Yeah,
No.
he's getting.
Oh,
Matt's
yeah, it is
getting
for
it.
the E-Ray.
Yeah, he's getting an E-Ray. Yep. LT4 Powered says tractor trailers with C8s are now on constraint. They've been on constraint for a while, if you know what I mean.
Steve, you're such a silent animal over there.
I'm anticipating the new giveaway.
No, he's anticipating 1 second for me to slip up on a word. And
Yeah.
I am.
He's going.
This thing is going to be big. Everybody's going to
big.
want it.
Me.
Everybody's gonna want to hop on it.
And
He
instead
said
of
package.
You're going to want to jump on this as quick as
He
you
said
can.
big.
You're gonna want to
package.
jump on it. Yeah.
only 3 minutes for $50.
Yep.
You're welcome, Matt. Thanks for the donations, everybody. You guys are always
Yes.
awesome. Actually, Matt Hurley says for my future E-Ray, or if I never get the allocation, then I'll be buying another Z06.
What
Yep.
color is the 06 if you don't get the E-Ray allocation, Matt?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
color?
What
So you
color
gonna
this
go
time?
black, red? Oh, you had silver. Didn't you have silver?
Yeah, I loved that
Yeah,
silver,
it's
man.
silver.
That thing was beautiful.
JR Griffith says, do we really need to play if Matt's playing? You know what's funny
No.
is that Matt doesn't actually win that often.
Not for the amount
And
of donations.
I was
he
going to
makes.
say, for the amount of money he donates, he doesn't win that often.
Yeah.
And he surely can't win all of the next one because we have 2 giveaways, so 2 winners.
Yep. So,
He gets
Steve,
Jason all the time, BP.
You have the promo of
Everybody
what it
calls him
is?
Jason.
I have a picture.
Yeah, pull
Is
it
that what
up
you
on
mean?
top while you show it.
I think I can show it, actually. All right, here we go.
Look at that.
You ready to start talking?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and start.
Hey, this
Steve's
is
expertise.
from Stopbox, limited edition Patriot the Pro model. We're going to have 2 of those to give away. That means 2 winners. So, and only one person can win one of them. So if you win, that person's taken out of the drawing and someone else wins. And tonight only, because it won't be next week, tonight only, every $50 is twice entries. Every 100 is 3 times. And if you go for it and do 150, it's 4 times entry. And that will only happen tonight. It will not happen next week. It'll be back to normal with the normal double with 100. But
So you got 10 minutes to make it happen.
10 minutes to blow up this. And we have a $600 hold because those boxes are $159 each. And we got to make sure we get up to that.
And we know most of you guys can do it in 3 minutes.
Hey.
In 3 minutes will get you $50 though.
Oh,
You can do
Lord.
it.
That's right.
You can do it twice in 10 minutes.
Exactly. Hell, you can do it 3 times.
There you go.
There's a blue
Guys,
pill for
thanks.
that.
I'm never gonna be welcome back on another live.
Probably
You
not.
guys ruined this for me.
Yep, probably not.
She's like, I have to
So-
go shower now.
DZ Rides, you're going into a comment that I have to verbally not think about because I'm going to go there. Read that comment.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who,
That- I
what,
didn't even see
who
that
made a comment?
That's funny.
DZ Rides.
These rides.
I can't answer that with a straight face.
Yeah.
All right, so D, since I'm the only mature adult in this entire,
He just hides it well. He hides it well.
Yeah.
since I'm the only one pretending to be a mature adult,
Yeah.
I will tell you on the Z06, the only time you can hear anything like that is if you like jab the throttle and release really quick.
I hear
You'll
it. That's
hear-
when I hear it.
Yeah, you'll hear it kind of pulling air in more than it usually would. But the biggest benefit from that air intake, and this is something we should have talked about tonight. The biggest benefit is number one, the looks. The look is absolutely insane. When I was down at the International Auto Show, I had so many people come up to me and ask me what twin turbo kit I had on my Z06. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then they would point down to the clear inventory intake. And I was like, that's an intake. Why do you think that's a turbo? I had so many people ask me what turbo kit that was. And I was like, it doesn't look anything like a turbo. But I got it. Anyway, it draws a lot of attention. People really want to know what it is, what it's doing, how much power it makes. And you can feel the power, especially in third gear at higher RPM. In third gear, around 4,000 RPM, the power comes on earlier than it did prior. So a lot of the torque, you would feel more torque around 6,000 RPM in the car. I feel it around 4 now. And it just feels like the car pulls forever. So that intake is worth every single penny. And we're going to find out here pretty soon from DBM Racing that he's going to bring out a lot of information about this thing that you're going to realize really quickly that Eventuri is the way to go.
Yeah.
He just says he hears it on downshifts.
What'd you say, Steve?
I said he just said it. He hears it on the downshifts.
Yeah.
You can hear
And
it.
you might, to be honest with you, the first time I drove my car, I was driving it down to the Pittsburgh International Auto Show. Number one, I was not feeling very well. So I was just trying to get to where I was going. I didn't spend I spent most of the time on the highway. I didn't really spend a lot of time going through the gears. So I don't really have a full like feeling on that intake yet. The other thing was Michael McCurry says, are the filters washable? I'm pretty sure they're reusable.
Yeah,
But
they're
even if-
they're reusable, and you get a kit,
Yeah.
but it's easier to
That's
swap
right,
them out.
that's right.
You can get a kit. It's not very. It's I think it's every 3,500 miles is
Yeah.
when you clean it. But the filters aren't that. You can change them both out. I think $80 to change them out. That's like
Yeah.
why if that's what it is. It's $80 for the filters or 15 for the cleaning kit. I'm not cleaning these dang things for 15. Just
Well,
get new
see,
filters.
what I would do is the same thing I do in every car I ever buy that has reusable filters. I'll buy a second set of filters, and then I'll
That's good.
take out the dirty ones, put in the clean ones, and then clean the
Yeah.
dirty ones. That way, I always have a clean
But if you're
set
like
ready to
me,
go.
I will never have to change these filters.
Steve won't. But here's the thing.
If you never drive your car, you'll never have to change the filters.
Yeah.
He's not even gonna have to
Hey,
get gas
Steve.
in it again.
Right?
He's
The
done.
gas
That
in his
part of
car,
relationship is over.
Yeah.
the gas in his car is literally going to congeal before
Yes.
That's what
before anything else.
Dad's garage
Steve,
goes. You mean
no.
the car with flat stops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve walked up to his car the other day and said, "You know, I love you, but our relationship basically is over. You're getting."
Hey, I have been driving a Corvette every single day.
Yeah.
Just not mine.
Just not you.
Steve, how many miles do you have on your Corvette?
1875.
What? Wait, what?
1875.
Oh my God.
1875.6.
75.
Uh-huh. Yeah, 1,875 miles, and I've had it since October of a year ago. So I'm doing pretty good.
You're doing pretty, yeah.
But I will tell
You're doing
you,
great. You're doing great as far as the next
I
guy's
have been
concerned.
Yeah,
convinced
exactly.
I am now a C6 lover. I did not like that car. I like the
You
C5,
didn't.
jumped to the C7. I've been in a C6 for the last 4 weeks, and I totally love it. That's the car. That's the car. I'm buying a second car.
Yeah.
So
when I
is
have
the C6 sitting next to your C8 right now?
No, it's actually outside.
Oh,
But
that's
it's-
dirty.
But
And
it's
only
black.
the wife gets to come inside. The side girlfriend gets to stay outdoors.
Yeah, my wife gets to come inside. Okay, Jason. Just
But
go.
she gets all the attention.
I was just gonna say, I can't believe Steve's gonna let this one fly.
Hey, Steve, speaking of your wife, since we both have had the same car now
Yeah.
for a while, does she want a yours too?
No, I don't
Who
know what
doesn't?
she wants. No, actually, she wants to now. Literally, I let her drive the Corvette. Like now, she wants a C6 convertible.
Yeah,
She
I
really
like
wants that,
convertibles.
and then some other Lexus or something like a.
Yeah, that
Smart.
350. Is it a 350?
Yeah.
Okay,
The new
so
one's pretty nice.
Yeah.
we're getting some donations here on the stop box. So
There we
John
go.
Perkins says he donates $100.
Got it.
He says more stuff I would like to have, which is a perfect description. Jamie, Glass City Car Nerd.
Yep.
He donates 50.
I have not
Okay.
seen Jamie since the last driving.
A rest day, Joey B donates 50.
Rest day.
Okay.
And that's it for now. So
Got it right now. So.
you guys are doing well on the new giveaway here too. So you guys are kind of proving to us that maybe you don't just always want car stuff. Maybe we're gonna have to start looking into other things more often.
Oh, I think so. Keep your interest.
I have a good idea of another giveaway, but I don't want to say it.
We'll talk about that off camera because God knows what that is.
No. Hey,
But
Steve,
it's big.
Steve knows what it is. Steve, we talked about it the other day on the phone, remember?
Yeah.
You sent the email to Justin?
Yep. I like that.
Yeah.
So you guys were on the phone, huh?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, what
That email that he said, send it if it was.
yeah. Did you look into that to see if it was a scam?
They get back to me. I don't think it is.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, we are going to have a really awesome giveaway.
A really awesome giveaway.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like one.
Okay, well, we'll talk more about that later, but stay
Yep.
tuned for awesome giveaways coming forward. But that is still kind of automotive related too.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's more to it.
Quick question for HPO, kind of far from your current dialogue, but on your black C7 after you got your aftermarket wheels, did you have any problems with them cracking?
You don't have aftermarket.
I do not have aftermarket wheels on the C7. So my C7 ZR1 has the stock C7 ZR1s and wheels, and I have not ever had any problems with the cracking of the wheels on any of my C7s. I used to have a C7 Z06, never had problems with the wheel cracking either.
You might mean the black diamond on the C8, the 2020 that you had.
I didn't have any problems with any of those cracking either.
Those are good ones. You have those on the truck too, the black diamond, don't you?
Yeah. Mark Cutsey says, Amber, I would love to have a Manny and Petty giveaway. Good Lord.
I like it. I need one. I
was gonna say
right now.
she would absolutely love.
So is it
something
Mark
like that.
or is it Victoria commenting on there?
It doesn't Mark live in Florida?
No,
Hawaii. Okay. Who am I thinking? Oh, Mike Z06.
No, Matt Hurley.
I know Matt Hurley lives in Florida, but Mike Z06 lives in Florida too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Guys, we got 170 thumbs ups. We could definitely hit 30 more in a couple minutes. Would be really awesome. Hit that thumbs up, guys.
All right, Steve, time's up. Those are 10 minutes double entries.
Hey, there you go. And we hit 12 million views on Instagram. Just saying.
Yeah.
12.1 million views.
But isn't that called ultra viral?
It's
ultra, yeah. Every million after 10 is you add an additional ultra.
Yes.
Ultra times 2 viral.
Oh my gosh. I got to.
As Jeremy's wife, I too would like a Manny Petty giveaway. That would be pretty cool. Here's what we do. We could do a Manny Petty giveaway with Vette Syndicate. So we all go and get a Manny Petty.
That's what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow.
Oh God, LT4 powered. No way can I even put that on the screen.
That's what I said. I gotta go. No. Think something different.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
La.
Thank God the
All right,
comment
let's
section
see.
doesn't say when it goes live.
I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm done on lives now. I'm gonna get the heat when I get off of here.
To the moon, right?
I think we need to have a Vette Syndicate couples night where our wives join us and Amber. The 6 of us will have one hell of a time.
Yeah.
And make sure Jason's wife is drinking.
Yeah. Taking the effort. So
we'll take it. Jason,
Well,
you're
now
too much.
that's messed up.
Oh my God, he's too much.
So we were supposed to do a Wives and Wine like 2 years ago here in the DFW area with Orlando and all those guys. And did that thing ever come to fruition? Because at first it was too hot, then it's too cold, then it's like, oh wait. So we'll see.
Steve, you'll go this time even if it's raining because you'll just take that.
Exactly.
I'm up for everything. I've driven every car so far in the rain.
It doesn't matter if it's cloudy or anything.
If it's not yours, in the rain goes.
I send them in videos all the time. I said, check it out. I am drinking coffee, and it's raining in a Corvette.
Yep.
Because only this is allowed in mine.
Boy,
I used to not even allow water in my cars.
Hey, Steve, water can still do some damage though if
Yes,
it gets in the electronics.
It can. It can. I keep it tight.
You got to keep it.
Yeah, you do.
You got to keep it tight.
You got to do those Kegels.
Screwed on, real tight.
So does it fit
I'm
in the
just saying.
receiver
I'm just saying.
in your car?
What is that, Voss? Is that Voss water?
Yeah, you know, I'm a prima donna. I got to drink the Voss water.
That's why I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
Bredden says, I'm holding on to my C7 until this GM circus gets settled. I think you're going to be holding on to that C7 for a while then, man, because this stuff doesn't look like there's any end date in sight. GM is really, in my opinion, I think GM is benefiting greatly from cars being sold over MSRP, because if they weren't benefiting in some way, shape, or form, they would step in and stop this from happening. The fact that they're allowing over MSRP sales, more sales than products available, so there's gigantic demand, they could easily step in and stop a lot of this. They're not doing it, so they're benefiting. And as long as they keep benefiting, it's never going to change. Let's let the wives host weekly. We'll hang out and drink soda.
There you go.
Hey, Steve, do you like Fuji water?
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah, Brent says we got 210 watching. We can definitely hit 200. Guys, we got 210 watching.
Yet?
Let's hit 200, like Brent said.
We have nine left. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, guys. Smash the thumbs up.
Look what Mark Cutsey said. You almost drinking like a baby no spill proof cup.
It should have a rubber nipple on the top.
I do have a granddaughter. I could grab that. I could go take one of hers.
Like mama water.
Oh gee, I am so busted. If I come like next Monday night with a black eye, you know what's going on.
D's Ride says, Justin, do you think it's possible and also worth it to expel the clear cover of the intake, since Paragon says it's not scratch resistant? I can see it getting scratched if you put in folding chairs. It absolutely will scratch, and I'm still working on getting an answer for that. Something tells me the answer is no. Something tells me that is not going to be easily expelled. I will have an answer for that probably by next Monday Night Live, though.
What car does he have? I'm on his Instagram right now.
He has a C8 06.
Who is this?
D.
Oh, yeah. Accelerate yellow.
Oh, now I see it. I'm looking at his Instagram.
183 thumbs ups.
Hey, so Steve, it looks like you and I need to go back, which, I mean, that's not going to be a big deal, but Corvette Warehouse, we need to film from a distance these people driving the car in, and we actually need to physically speak. So these bozos that go, oh, it's fake. Oh, it's in reverse. Oh, it's whack. We can go, here it is, idiot. It's real.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The amount of internet know-it-alls on YouTube it is absolutely astonishing.
Yep.
Although this, I guess this is on Instagram. There is no, they
It's
know
a
no bounds.
social media.
Yeah, social media in general. There's just so many people that know everything. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I get it.
Camera guy says, Dodge guy here, but I have to give it to Chevy. The Corvette is a work of art. Outstanding work in developing the beast of an American machine.
Although you're kind of a
100%.
Dodge guy with your TRX.
I'm not really a Dodge guy. I'm a Ram guy at this
He's
point.
a TRX guy.
I'm a TRX guy, yeah. But at the same time, I know where he's coming from. I mean, I can appreciate the TRX being a Chevy guy.
Yep.
And that's the thing is when any one of these companies make a one-off really cool car, you got to give it props where they're deserved.
Yeah.
I had the TRX for a few months, whatever it was. I freaking loved it, dude. Best truck I love my F-150. I didn't have a lot of success multiple times with Silverados, so I'm not going to go into a Silverado again. I'm just not. That TRX, though, was freaking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Luke,
the C8 ZR1 engine details were kind of discussed already. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot of rumors out there right now that it's going to be a 5.5 liter twin turbocharged cross plane crank, alongside with some 6.2 twin turbocharged cross plane crank rumors. There are also some people who are thinking it's going to be the same engine out of the Z06 with twin turbos. I'm not on that side of the fence. I honestly, I hope that that's what it is. I hope Chevy has figured out a way to make that particular setup reliable, because if it's not a flat plane crank, I'm going to be very hesitant to even want that car because of how awesome the flat plane crank has been in the Z06. I would love to see that thing just carry even more power forward, but I just don't see how Chevy can do it because of the reliability issues, but hopefully I'm wrong. So no matter how you slice it, it is going to be a twin turbocharged car. It is either going to be a 5.5 or a 6.2 liter cross plane or flat plane crank engine with twin turbos.
I think I need my own box for next week. Can we make a full box up there? What do you think?
Your own box.
It only matters when you're an influencer.
What? I hate that. I hate that term.
I know I'm not a big fan of it either.
I'm not an influencer.
I can't even influence my family, so.
Yeah, Lego says everyone thinks their opinion matters the most on social media. It's because, in my opinion, it's become back in the day, whenever the internet first came out, the term internet tough guy used to be a thing. And that's basically what this has become now, where everybody think they're super strong behind their cameras or behind their keyboards, so to speak. So keyboard warriors. One person comes to mind with this who just knows everything, and you can't tell this person anything because you're wrong. That person's right. And it's like, that is just the definition of internet tough guy, because anytime in person, this person doesn't do anything, but on the internet, just tough, and it's just ridiculous.
Bear crasher.
Luke Walsh says, I'm wild guessing 5.5 liter cross plane crank twin turbo. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Keeps the pounds down, will be higher RPM for a cross plane crank. That's possible. Now, if you guys remember, the C6 Z06 actually was a cross plane crank as well, but it revved to 7,000 RPM. So it is possible to have a cross plane crank that revs higher than your typical 65. So yeah, I could see that happening way before it being a flat plane crank. It would keep the weight down, and it also keeps the miles per gallon up to help GM's issue with the EPA. There we go. Michael McCurry says the Vette Syndicate guys are inspirers, not
there you go.
I like that. That term is way better.
I actually love that term.
General Lee, something tells me that's probably true. We got 189 thumbs ups, guys. If we could please hit 11 more. We're kind of running out of time here, so please just give us that extra 11 thumbs ups. We'd love to end this at 200, but it looks like we're running really low on time. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this thing up, guys. So next week we are going to finish up the giveaway for the stop box. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, We already have some of the double and triple donations things from what you got today that will carry over to next week when we give these things away. So until then, guys, we will see you next time, same place. So yeah, we'll see you.
Have a big night.
Peace.
Peace.